Awesome game for senior night for four awesome guys. It was great that we played that type of defense because that's why we've established so many of these great memories. And the guys just played great basketball both ends. It's a special class because they, for 4 years, totally did things for all the right reasons. They're throwback people. They're humble guys, and how would you ever imagine Russ Smith, knowing him, that on senior night he would pass up all opportunities to score and get 13 assists? That shows you how much he's grown. And if any pro scouts wondered tonight whether he could be a point guard, I think the thing is all closed. We all know he can pass, we all know he can handle, and amazing performance by him, and the rest of the guys were all great. Stephen Van Treese played his butt off. When we missed him some free throws, he just kept everything alive and gave us so many opportunities. And for him to finish his senior year with 13 rebounds and playing that well was a big lift for us.
Coach, did you see the quote from SI, the Western Conference exec about Russ?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
Did you see the quote in Sports Illustrated from the Western Conference exec about Russ?
I didn't know. I
He
didn't.
said it's all about him getting shots and scoring. I don't see a guy who makes his teammates better.
Who is this?
It was an anonymous Western Conference exec.
Okay. Well, we can, anonymous people, we know that you deal with them all the time. And he has a right to his opinion. Obviously, if he watched the game tonight, he was probably very glad he was anonymous. And then it would be the stupid Western Conference executive.
Rick, do you think Russ was trying to make a point, or do you think he was just taking what they were giving him?
I think he was trying to say, because we made such a big deal of it, that look, senior night, don't get carried away, stay focused on the game plan. And more than anything else, he got a chance to play point guard, and he knows the role of a point guard is to think pass before shot. So he moved over from the 2 to the point, and that's why he had to do what he had to do.
Did that performance surprise you that you could beat a team? This is a good team. You beat them.
Yeah, it's a very good team, and they've had trouble scoring of late, but we played a matchup trapping zone, and it was really tough to score against us because we took away the three-point shot completely until the end of the game. I mean, when you have a great player like Shabazz with no points, and their team, if you look at the volume of threes and the percentages they shoot, and you don't give up a three, pretty special defensive performance.
Rick, do you feel like you guys made a statement nationally that when this is all said and done, you're going to have to say it?
I tell you, I think, and don't take this the wrong way, I think those are the most foolish statements that everybody makes about, did you think you made a statement? No, we're not. We're just trying to win. We don't ever make statements because it's all about, in this game, it's about matchups. We don't really care what people think. We won a championship. We won another conference this year, a very tough conference, especially at the top. The thing that we're so focused, we don't care about making statements about what people think or about maybe some of the guys who get on it do, but I don't. Anonymous people and the internet and all that other stuff. I could care whether you're praising us. I could care whether you're knocking us.
With Cincinnati a tie and Cincinnati wins the coin flip.
Right.
Just, your thoughts?
We're happy with it. As long as we share it. I love sharing it with Mick. I think that's great. They had a terrific season. So we're excited about it. We'll share it with anybody. We had a great season. We're real proud of our guys.
I think it's 13 wins in 15 games. Is this your best basketball right now, the way you're playing right now?
Well, with the defense tonight, that was pretty special. Tonight on the break, guys, we were 15 for 18 on the break. When we get out there on the break, our percentage this year is incredible on the fast break. And I'm looking at a halftime stat, Kenny. Thank you. Thanks. But, we have two guys with double-figure rebounds, and we're very, very active. We don't turn the ball over much. If we can play that stifling type defense, we're a tough team. We haven't always done that, but we're reaching that point right now where we've just been playing 100% man almost, or 90% man, and tonight we went all zone, and we played it awesome.
Coach, it seemed like make or miss or turnover, the transition defense to keep Napier and Boatwright out of transition. Was that something that was a focus going into the game?
Well, The biggest focus on the game was wearing those two guys out physically without fouling, because we fouled a little bit too much there, and then to stop the three, not give them a lot of second shots. Those were the three elements that we were looking at in this game. Wear them out so they can't shoot and they can't beat us off the bounce.
Some of the lift that Wayne gave you, making some shots and the dunk, aggressive to the basket a couple times.
Yeah, Wayne did give us a big lift, especially with Luke in foul trouble. But we passed the ball well, we shared the ball well. It was just a wonderful night of basketball, a wonderful afternoon of basketball. And you want it to be this way. It's a storybook ending for four guys. And if Montrez is the fifth guy, it's just a wonderful ending for those guys, because it's their last game that they play here in front of a very appreciative crowd and Pitbull.
Did you know that was coming?
I did. I asked him to say goodbye to our seniors.
Coach, you talked about Montrez. Does he ever take a playoff? He doesn't ever appear once he's between the lines to take a playoff.
You know, once in a while he'll take it off defensively. He was a little tired tonight. He was playing a lot. He was playing hard a lot of minutes. He's just, you know, his wingspan is just phenomenal. I mean, he's an incredible basketball player right now, and he's improved his passing. He's improved his dribbling, improved his one-on-one moves.
Did you up the ante with the tattoo last year going into the tournament? Do you make any offers to?
I have not.
Chris Jones had a big week. Do you see, is you seeing that in practice? Is there confidence?
He's playing great in practice. He's playing great in practice. And that excites me. And you could see when we put Tim Henderson in the game tonight, we didn't lose a single thing. So to have him at all times able to step in, and you don't lose anything when you put him in the game. He may not give you as much offense as some of the other guys, but you don't lose anything when he's in the game.
Couple weeks speed to you guys when Van Treese is playing with that kind of energy and creating those extra possessions for you guys?
It's big because if you're not shooting a great percentage, he gives you a second look every single time. And he played really good defense tonight. We need him to play exactly the way he played. You know, 6 points, 13. 6 points, 13. His last two free throws were great. He's got 2 steals in the game. We need him because now he's a legitimate player that helps us win the game, and so now we fully expect him to play that way every night.
A couple weeks ago, you were asked if your team was elite. You said you weren't sure. If they play defense like that down the stretch, can this be an elite basketball
No
team?
question about it. You know, you have to play. You know, look, you held that team to 48 points with 29% shooting, 20% in the first half, and we got stronger in the second half with our offense. So our conditioning is superb. Our defense was great tonight. Our sharing of the basketball was terrific. I'm real excited. I'm real pumped up going into this tournament, which is fun. But, you know, this is a year where there are no statements because now Florida may be the best team in the country. Without question, they may be the best team. But they're the best team because not only are they extremely well coached, but they have players that are in their senior class. They have really good young players. Everybody's missing the boat on Wichita because it's, well, it's not important what they did last year. Yes, it is important what they did last year. Because when you have every player but one returning, and we were the best team, we were life and death to beat them, they're legitimate. I mean, I can see them very easily being a national championship team, along with Florida and Arizona and all the other teams that are very, very good. And North Carolina comes on at the right time. And, you know, certainly I think if we play the type of defense we did tonight, you know, we're one of about 18 teams, but there are no statement teams out there. I can tell you, I've always picked a team that looks good and thought that they could possibly win it. But you can't do that this year. You're just a fan of a team or a coach if you're picking somebody. That's all you are, because you can't pick it this year. It's too hard. So if I was all of you, I wouldn't invest any money in any practice.
Rick forced 23 turnovers the last game, 22 today. That's a really high.
And we tonight, the impressive thing tonight is we did a lot of good things without fouling. You know, sometimes you don't realize what it takes out of you. I said, if we foul Napier and Boat right in the backcourt, only Tim did it one time, then you let them rest. If you just keep wearing them out, they lose their legs and they can't shoot as good. And that was our focal point.
One more for Coach. Is it hard to see Montrez coming back the way he's been playing the last couple?
Listen, if he's a middle first-round draft pick, I want him to go. So it's not up to me, and I always tell him don't leave it to him, but I want him to go. And you know, I'm not a big believer in one and dones, so to speak, because I don't think they're ready. Now, it's obviously Anthony Davison is ready, you know, if LeBron would have gone 1 year ago, obviously they're the guys that are ready, but I'm a believer in, like Larry said, you need emotional maturity, which is his last hurdle. You know, as he emotionally gets better, physically we know he's there. So as a coach, you want your players when it's time to go. And it may be his time, but I don't make that decision. All this talk about, you know, this guy's coming in, I'm one of them. The kids don't make that decision. The coaches don't make that decision. The pros make that decision. So as soon as they start evaluating, and if Montrez hears his name from 14, 15, 16, you know, me personally, I would put him in the lottery. That's me because of potential. You base young players on potential. And you've already seen him go from a dunker and an athlete to someone who can pass. His shooting's gotten better. His basketball IQ's gotten a lot better. We know his wingspan. So he's going to get so much better. So that's me. If I'm that way, I base things on potential as the pros do. You know, in the last 3 weeks, you've seen that great potential that he has. And he's going to get so much better. So much better.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay.